I love all of our guests, but especially having Arthur and Moses back to back is so fucking awesome for us because we've known you guys for so long. Like we've all, I don't know, we're just like a close knit group. And even though we're so far apart in the country, like Arthur was in California, you're in Texas, we're in New Hampshire, like we still get a fucking cheese to these kind of moments.
Yeah.
And I think that's a perfect introduction because what we have next is the roast of Moses Baroa. Yes, dude. Fucking he shared. Okay, so Moses shares on his Facebook. He's like, yo, I'm gonna be on Torn Between Two Brothers, yada yada, like I'm gonna get roasted. And then we kind of laughed and I texted Justin and I said, why don't we just fucking roast him right now? Let's just roast him. And then we get something from your wife, and your wife she hits me up and she goes, hey, can you guys roast him? And I was like, well, abso-fucking-lutely. So today, all we've been doing is writing roasts about you. No. So I don't know, Justin, how you want to do it, if you want to go back and forth.
I'll go first. I'll be the roast master or whatever. Or we'll be co-roasters. Coasters, as I like to call them. So, thank you, Moses, for joining us for this nice little roast.
Thanks, happy to be here.
You guys know that Moses' hands are really small, that they can't hold a Burger King burger? You know what? Moses' hands are so small, when he takes off black gloves, it looks like someone's unwrapping a Tootsie Roll.
Excuse me, I don't think so. Look at this full-sized Nintendo controller.
That's a small controller.
This is a full-size Nintendo controller. I'm clearly overlapping it on this double. So.
Those are made for kids. Speaking of small hands, you know what else they say about small hands? Small condoms. What's the difference between Moses's dick and his current joke? Nobody laughed at his current joke. But that doesn't mean that Moses doesn't get girls. I remember in high school, Moses dyed a blonde streak through his hair to impress scene girls. But it seemed like it was more to impress animal control since he looked like an emo skunk. You know what's so funny? Was it your driver's license that you had to take a picture of your school ID with the streak through it?
So I've had probably the worst driver's license in my life. I've had 3 driver's licenses. One of them I got into a fight before, so I had a huge black eye in it. And then the other one was that skunk. Yeah, that skunk eye. You just kind of like saw it right here. And yeah, it was not the best driver's license I've had.
Fun fact. Did you know Moses ate ants when he was a little kid? No. Last week. Fun fact. Last week. It's funny because we had Arthur on the podcast, and this week we have the aardvark. You know what? You know what's funny about Moses? So growing up with Moses, and if you've known him or if you've ever gone to the bars with him, he's always been a lightweight. We used to call him a 2-beer queer. 2 beers in, and he would try to have sex with me. All jokes aside, we're excited to have you on as our guest, and I'm gonna pass it off to my co-roast.
Yes, thank you. I'm very glad to be here this evening for the roast of Moses Baroa. Moses, I love you, but your face is the reason why Amber still asks to have paper bags at grocery stores. If you go on Google right now and you type in Dominican rapist, Moses's picture is the first one to come up. The only worse failure than Moses Baroa was his dad's condom. Moses back in the day, like Justin said, went through his emo years, and he used to have the haircut, that went over his eyes. Every morning before school, his mom would cut his hair with a salad bowl for reference. And lastly, dude, it's funny because we've known Moses for so long that when we were younger, we used to play this game called Manhunt back at Humphrey Park. And now that's just what Moses does at the gay bars on weekends is Manhunt. But yes, we are excited to have you as a guest. Thank you for complying with our little roast. For those of you that are watching, we hope you enjoyed it and hope I don't get too much backlash because I had to use my phone for the roast because I didn't have enough time to write it down on cards.